This lecture is about GAPs and GHPs. And don't forget about GMPs, which aren't listed here, but these three acronyms you really should know by heart. They are important in agriculture. GAPs are good agricultural practices. GHPs, good handling practices, which is the harvest and transportation, cooling, things of that sort. Good manufacturing practices, GMPs, which isn't included in this next presentation, but it is important. So if you're doing the chop bagging, canning, other types of food manufacturing, you might hear the acronym or the phrase GMP, good manufacturing practices. So if you click on the link, it will lead you to this PDF slideshow. So the United States Department of Agriculture has an audit verification program. It's gone through a number of changes, iterations over the years. And in addition to authority being on the USDA side when it comes to food safety, which this is really about, it largely rests under the umbrella of the regulatory authority of the FDA. FDA is the Food and Drug Administration, and it gets kind of squirrely, kind of confusing. When is the USDA in charge? When is the FDA in charge? And I don't even remember here, but if you have cheese pizza versus pepperoni pizza, you actually, by the addition of the pepperoni, you change the authority that's primarily responsible for that food item. But in general, when it comes to field production, you're mostly dealing with the USDA. When you're talking about food safety, that starts to really get into the area of the FDA, but the USDA still handles in the field. And when you're talking about finished processed food, you're generally talking FDA. So again, there's more detail I could get into there, but I'm not going to bother at the moment. So GAPs, good agricultural practices. These are basic guidelines that are published that any company can get the USDA GAPs, and it gives you a generic set of rules, procedures, recommendations of what you should do in an agricultural operation. Now, every place is different. Some growers have rivers nearby, some have animal farms nearby. There's all kinds of different things. You might be on 20 acres, your neighbor might be on 1,000 acres, and you might be growing wheat, you might be growing all kinds of things. I'm gonna take a quick break, I apologize.